If you've been thinking about moving to or living in Brickell Key, this video is for you. I'm going to take you on a walking tour around and inside Brickell Key so you get a feel of what it's like to live there. Stay tuned. Brickell Key is a triangular island that was actually, it's artificial. It was constructed, I think, originally by Henry Flagler when he was dredging or widening the Miami River, which is just to the north side of the key. As we're crossing a bridge, actually, you'll see right here to the right a little marina. This is, I believe, the only, I know actually, this is the only marina in Brickell where you can dock your boat publicly. There's some private marinas that are connected really to condominiums, where if you are an owner or a resident, you may be able to either buy or rent docks. But this is the only one that you can actually rent as a non-resident in Brickell. This island actually traded hands a couple of times. In the late 40s, a gentleman by the name of Clawton actually purchased the property, the whole island. And then in the 70s, it was purchased by Swire Properties. And they ended up developing everything you see here on the island. And they still have some surprises up their sleeves, which I'm going to share with you as we go on during the day today, for new developments coming to Brickell Key. So it's a pretty exciting time for Brickell Key. Over there to the south, you see the Rickenbacker Causeway. That's the larger bridge that takes you from the south part of Brickell to Key Biscayne, Virginia Key and Key Biscayne. To our right, we see the Mandarin Oriental Hotel, which welcomes us into Brickell Key. So to our left here is actually what I think used to be called Courvoisier Center, if I'm not mistaken. And now it is going to be called Brickell Key Center. And it is, hi.
Can I talk to you for a second?
Sure. Okay guys, when we started the trip, we were right there on the edge of Brickell Key, right where that little statue is. And we crossed the bridge and we went to the security entrance over there, and they weren't digging on my camera, so I just kind of moved in here. Up here you see Brickell Key Center, which used to look very, very different. It was not glass like that. And so it's a big improvement, and they're going to have retail all along the front there, along the walkway where people can walk. It is public, people can get access easily. You just walk across and you go to the retail here, or you can walk across the bridge, and just beyond these buildings right here, right past that big black building right there, is Brickell City Center, which also was developed by Swire Properties. So it's a really good location. They also have a shuttle. You see the shuttle right there. That'll take you to Brickell and the area, and you can get from Brickell to downtown and all sorts of other places. So this walkway is a little over a mile. I think it's around 1.2 or 1.3 miles around. And they're doing a little bit of work, so we have a little overhang here to protect us. While we're crossing over here to our left is, again, Brickell, and that's Icon Brickell, which is a really cool three-tower building. One of the towers allows short-term rentals. You will not find short-term rentals in Brickell Key at the moment. There's a little surprise I'm going to give you at the end of this video where you may be able to get access to short-term rentals on Brickell Key. It somewhat remains to be seen. But again, here's Brickell Key without that sheet covering it. It's a beautiful building. To the right here, back to Brickell Key. Sorry, that was Icon Brickell over there. So back to Brickell Key here, you have Carbonell, which was built, I think, around 2004-ish. It is yet another upgrade to the Courvoisier Quartz Carbonell sort of trifecta. It's got the similar style to those buildings, however, has larger units, it's more luxurious. It's definitely a big step up. Right across the way here, we see the Aston Martin Residences. It is a building that's going to be finished in 2023, and it is quite a marvel. That's actually downtown. So right here, where we're crossing here, is the Miami River. The Miami River was originally it's a natural river that was formed by springs and some sort of tributary, and over time it was dredged and widened, and it went from being like a settlement for the Tequesta Indians to, over time, of course, getting very, very gentrified. That was in the maybe 1800s or earlier, and it was gentrified over time in the 1900s. Henry Flagler did a lot of work on it, and again, he kind of dredged the river and made this triangular island of Brickell Key. Over here is Asia Brickell Key. It is the most luxurious building in Brickell Key. I believe in each floor there are either 1, 2, or 3 units only per floor, as opposed to the other buildings we passed are typically 5 to 10, 12 units per floor, depending on the building. As higher up you go, the less units per floor there are. It, of course, has all the amenities you can imagine. It's got private foyer entry, the only building in Brickell Key at the moment that has private foyer entry for their units. Again, this is the mouth of the Miami River. On that side is downtown Miami. That's One Miami there. That's Met One. That's Aston Martin. And then behind that is Epic. And then as you look left from the Miami River, that side is Brickell. So the north side of the Miami River is downtown. The south side is Brickell, and then Brickell Key is just east of Brickell. Here we have one Tequesta. It was the first Tequesta building to be built in Brickell Key, I think around mid-90s or maybe mid-90s. And then subsequently came Tequesta 2 in, I think, 98, 99, and then Tequesta 3 in 2001, and you can imagine each one kind of one up to the other one. One Tequesta has its own amenities. I believe it has a tennis court. I'm not entirely sure about that one. I don't know if it shares it with the other guys, but it has all the other amenities you can imagine. Gym, pool, the whole bit that you would expect. The other Tequestas share amenities, and they are pretty elaborate. They have huge multi-story gym. They have basketball courts, squash courts, racquetball courts, pools. All these buildings, of course, have barbecues as well, all of them. There you can see the Ferris wheel in downtown. You can see the cruise ships from here, so you imagine the views you get. And that's the dude with the conch shell. I didn't do my research on that guy, so we're gonna go up to it and take a quick read, because I do not remember what that guy's all about. I'm assuming it's something to do with the Tequestas, but we'll find out soon enough. So this is the Centinela del Rio. The Centinela del Rio by sculptor Manuel Carbonell. There you go, Carbonell, the building. This comes from this guy's name. Is a 30-foot bronze statue of a Tequesta Indian. I was right, yoo-hoo, blowing a conch shell. Both as a sculptural beacon and a major work of art, Carbonell's Centinela has come to be recognized as a Miami River landmark. By the way, guys, if you're interested in learning more about the prices of all these buildings, you can, of course, go to condoblackbook.com. There you have all the most recent availabilities, building stats, everything you can imagine that you would want to know about buying or renting in Brickell Key or anywhere in Miami for that matter. So we are getting close to the other side of Brickell Key. We're closer to the southeast side of Brickell Key. You see the Key Biscayne-Rickenbacker Bridge again. I actually have a surprise for you at the end of this walk here. A brand new development has just been announced for Brickell Key. It's the first super tall of its kind in Brickell Key, ultra luxury, and potentially with a condo hotel component from a very major brand. Not all details have been announced, but we are excited. We're going to let you know about it right as we get to it. No fishing allowed, in case anyone was wondering. I love fishing, and that's a stinker, but I get it because fishing is a stinker itself as well. Fishing really does smell bad. All right, we're coming up to this park here on the south end of Brickell Key. However, surprise, it's owned by Swire, and they are converting it, as you see here, future development site. They knew to always mention that so people would not be surprised. They have announced One Island Drive, which is a 76-story tower that's going to be condos, only 220 units. It's going to be ultra luxury and very private, because fitting 220 units in 76 stories means what, about 3 units per floor, tops. And then the Mandarin Oriental, the beloved Mandarin Oriental that welcomes you into Brickell Key, is actually going to be changed to it's going to stay the Mandarin Oriental, but it's potentially going to have some condo hotel units also to be sold there. It remains to be seen, but that's the plan. So it'll be a brand new Mandarin Oriental, plus potentially a condo hotel component. So we're excited to see how that plays out. Now straight ahead from us you see Jade. It's right there, Jade Brickell. That was probably, I think, the first luxury project that happened in central Brickell, right on the water. There's further ones further south that are in South Brickell that were there, but no real luxury projects like that were in central Brickell until Jade Brickell, and that really ignited a development boom in Brickell. I am going to now go around here, go through the park. Oopsie. I'm going to go through the park here and try to not run into any security people so that I can keep showing you guys this beautiful island. So, because you guys have a right to know what it's like to live here. And now, so by the way, now we're going into the meat of the heart of the key, which is Brickell Key Drive. And right in front of us you see the Brickell Key Center, which is the new project they're building up. Over there you see the gatehouse that gets you in and out of Brickell Key. And we're just going to cruise up a little bit, just a tad, to get to the retail area. So one of the things that's cool about Brickell Key is you pretty much almost don't have to leave here unless you want to get like major groceries or go buy some clothes. But if you want to do all that, buying some clothes, you can go to Brickell City Center. There's nowhere better than that. And if you want to go grocery shopping, there's multiple grocery stores in Brickell, which are literally a few blocks away. You could even, you can walk to it. It's a little bit much, but probably take a short car ride or take the shuttle. Over here though, you have brasserie, which I always thought was brasserie because it sounds French, but it's actually Italian food. So it doesn't make sense that it's brasserie. So it's brasserie, I guess. And then, so it's an Italian bistro. And then you have Naoe. It's N-A-O-E. I always thought it was N-A-O-E, but it's actually Naoe. Personally, I think that's too many vowels, but you know, it is what it is. It's 4 letters, so it's a short word. That's good. And then you have the Islander. So the Naoe is actually chef's menu only, reservation only, and it's $280 per person per meal. So imagine it's doesn't get more gourmet than that, more exclusive than that. And then you have the Islander Marketplace, which is the exact opposite. It has a lot of prepared foods. I think it's got a little juice bar. It's got a huge prepared food section. Plus, it's got some sundries. You know, you can buy fresh meats there for grilling. You can, you know, if you want to do a barbecue, all you do is go to the Islander Marketplace, get what you want, and you're good to go. Of course, as you see, they're doing some work here for the Courvoisier, the Brickell Key Center. But you have the juicery bar. You have Burger Love. So you have a bunch of different little options that really can satisfy any of your tastes or moods. And I'm actually going to go into, and you know, they have a pet walking place. They have a kids camp type thing here. And actually over there, let's go check that out real quick. Over there, they actually have a little park. And right after the park, I'm going to go into the Islander Marketplace and get me something to eat. And to drink, because I am thirsty after this long walk. And this is the park over here. It's a beautiful little park. And that's it. And I'm about to get busted probably. Let's find out. And then let's just go back. Hi. Hi.
Question, are you recording at the moment?
So I have here my meatloaf, coleslaw, and tabbouleh salad, all from the fresh prepared food place, and my vitamin water, because we all need vitamins and we need water, so perfect mix. Guys, thank you so much for taking this walking tour of Brickell Key with me. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, if you need any help at all in picking a perfect place for you in Miami, feel free to give us a call anytime. Also subscribe to our channel here, and of course you can always go to condoblackbook.com to see the latest availabilities for rent and sale of units in Brickell Key or anywhere in Miami for that matter. Have a great day.